Welcome to Hub-Bub, the People's Podcast, where we engage our citizens and investors with the activities of the Planning and Code Administration and encourage everyone to contribute to Hagerstown's growth.
Well, welcome to a special edition of the Hub-Bub Podcast. My name is Sean Brown, and I'll be hosting this podcast today. If you remember, last year we were privileged to be able to have the Department of Parks and Recreation with us with their kickoff of the Hub City 100 Miler event. And so that's why we're here today, to kick off another year. So today, again, we're here with Emily Conrad, and to her right, Riley. Nice to have you today.
Hello.
How are you doing today?
Great. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been a year. What a year, right?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
Yeah, doing good. I'm glad we had this because it's kind of reminded me, of course, with the pandemic going on. It's especially meaningful because I appreciate one of the catchphrases with this is it's called losing the quarantine 15.
Oh, yeah. Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. So I think we can all relate to a 15 or more. So, yeah.
It's a fun little rhyme. I mean, a lot of people this year have had to deal with being isolated or maybe cooped up in their house, maybe not getting out for as much exercise as they normally would. So this program is a great way to get you inspired to move wherever you are in whatever way is comfortable for you. And if you do have a quarantine 15, you can get moving to start losing that, or just get your pants fitting a little better if that's what you're going for.
Excellent. We won't judge you. But anyway, so last year's event, before we get into talking about it again this year, last year's event, I think it was a real good success. I enjoyed it. What I appreciated is that, y'all kept it in front of us because, it's one of those things that it's not that you don't want to, but, out of sight, out of mind, you forget. But I think at least once a week, you all were kicking things out, and it just kind of kept you focused. So I appreciated that.
Yep, and absolutely. And this year we want to continue that momentum. So every Thursday we send out communication via a newsletter with tips about how to get your miles in, healthy recipes, sharing other 100-miler success stories. And then every Monday we do Motivation Monday. And we're always looking for ideas about, to share with other 100-milers. So, send us some ideas of what's inspiring you this year or what you need to get you moving this year.
Absolutely. So maybe you could share with us a little bit about, what happened last year. How did things go? Just kind of recap.
Yeah. So last year we had a great year, a great start to the year. One of the successes of the 100-miler is we have a lot of businesses who sponsor their employees' enrollment because it's like a turnkey program for them to kick off for their employees to keep them healthy and moving in the new year. So we had a great response from the business community. Also a great response from the Hagerstown and beyond. We get folks who, you don't have to live in Hagerstown to register for the 100-miler. So we had a great start. We always have great prizes, so I think that incentivizes people to register. And we kept things moving along, and then towards the end, I guess March, we had with the pandemic, with that challenge, it kind of changed things, but I guess the beauty of the 100-miler, and I think maybe it could be even stronger this year, is you really can do it from home, or you make the program what it's worth for you. So you can take virtual classes, you can walk outside and with your mask on or socially distance from your friends. And towards the end of the year, we had people that were cooped up and they were like, we want to keep this going. So we actually added 50 miles more to the end last year. So we'll probably do that again this year, I think. Right, Emily?
I think so. One of my favorite things that the 100-miler helped me get through that challenging period as we were facing the pandemic during our 100-miler was the Facebook group. Mm-hmm. That's part of your enrollment is you get to join the private Facebook group, and it was so encouraging just to see other people in the community, getting out and getting some fresh air and, maybe trying a class. And it was a good way to feel connected even though we were physically apart. So that's something that will definitely carry over into this year.
Excellent. Yeah, thanks for sharing that. Any idea about how many people participated last year?
I think we had about 1,500. That's been about our average for the past couple of years. I think one year we were at 1,600, but about 1,500 participate each year.
Yeah.
I'd be interested to see what the enrollment will be this year. We still have a week and a half. Usually folks register that last week or even up to the last minute. Sure. I'm guilty of that too. But But yeah, I guess we'll see what happens.
The program starts January 15th.
Okay.
And then we'll be accepting late enrollment until January 31st for any stragglers. But I think the great thing about the 100 miler is there's no age limit. Anyone can participate, whether you're 5 or 105. You can still participate in this program just by getting active for 20 minutes a day.
Yeah, awesome. Well, with that many people, that was probably a lot of miles that added up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, at a minimum of 100. Yeah, okay, very good. So for those who weren't able to catch this program last year, maybe you could share about how this program got started?
Okay. Yeah, so Emily and I have been with Parks and Recreation for 8 years, and I think the 100 miler is in its 8th year this year as well. We were looking to get Hagerstown off the charts as one of the most obese cities in the United States. And Rodney Tissue, our supervisor, had come across the Roanoke 100 miler. And he shared it with us and said, this could be something we could implement here in Hagerstown. It seems like something that's good for every age, good for every fitness level. So we consulted with the Roanoke folks to see how it was doing in their community, and they said it was a huge success, and please try it in Hagerstown. So we rolled it out in 2014, and again, it was just a way of offering a program that could appeal to every age, every fitness level, just getting 1 mile a day in for 100 days. So it just was kind of embraced by the community because I think it's just easy to implement in general.
Yeah. Very, very nice. So some people might think, well, do I have to actually run a mile? How long is this going to take me? Maybe you could put people at ease.
Yeah, so that is a misconception. Well, first they hear 100 miler and they're like, we can't do 100 miles in one day. We're like, no, I can't either. So it's 1 mile a day for 100 days. We're asking you to simply walk the mile. So however long it takes you to walk the mile, just get a mile in. You could do it by walking, you could jog, you could bike, you could dance, you could shovel your driveway when it's snowing. If it's 20 minutes and you're moving your body, that counts as your daily mile.
And this program is great for people of all ability levels. So even if you have, fallen off the straight and narrow of the exercise path, maybe you've been a bit of a couch potato the past couple of months, that's okay. You can start small, just getting up and moving your body. Whether you have different, diabetes or arthritis, we've found through our partnerships with Meredith that walking is the best way to get started moving again because it's low impact. You can take it at a pace that you're comfortable with, and you can get stronger each day slowly. So that's why we encourage walking. It takes about 20 minutes to walk a mile. So that's why 20 minutes of activity equals a mile. But if you were to, say, do an hour virtual fitness class through one of our programs, that would count as 3 miles because you've done 20 minutes 3 times. So, yeah.
Excellent. Yeah, so, of course, as we were talking about at the outset, we've got this pandemic, and social distancing is an issue. And you touched on a few things, but maybe specifically, what are some things that are in place that people can do this, because there are events and things, but still maintaining the social distance?
So obviously you can get your mile in from home very easily if you do a workout video, which there's so many options now. I think if we learn one thing from the pandemic, there's so many options now online to take classes from really anywhere in the world, from any kind of instructor you want to find. But we'll also be setting up classes through our instructors. A lot of our classes have gone virtual. So you'll be able to do your daily mile from the comfort of home, doing anything from yoga to Zumba to Tai Chi to dance fitness. So we'll have a lot of options for you along the way to get your daily mile in. And again, if it's a nice day or if it's cold and you just want to bundle up and go for a walk with your husband or your family, it's easy to do. And even if you wanted to get together with a group of friends, we just, again, as we move through this pandemic, if you're following guidelines and feel safe to go outside and walk in a group, that's great. We're not going to do a big kickoff like we normally have in the Fit Room this year. We are going to do it virtually. So that information will be coming out next week, but we're going to have a live stream kickoff where folks can watch from home and participate in a virtual fitness class. And then we're actually going to do our first mile walk together virtually on Saturday.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so.
Another idea for safe, socially distant activity We have the Greens at Hamilton Run Golf Course, which is outdoors. So we've noticed a lot of people in the community been enjoying getting their fresh air and exercise walking the greens at Hamilton Run Golf Course. We have lots of trails, walking, biking trails in our 22 Hagerstown city parks. And at Fairgrounds Park, we have some permanent outdoor fitness equipment that's stationed along the trail. So people can go out and outdoors have safe, socially distant activity, and there's lots of recreational options for you in our parks here in Hagerstown.
Oh, very, very nice. So it's nice that people have a choice. They can do their own thing, but still have that connectivity, under the circumstances. All right, very good. So if someone participates, what are the incentives there? What do they get back besides losing the quarantine 15 or more? What can incentivize people to participate?
Again, okay, go ahead.
We always like to highlight the prizes.
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest incentives with 14 weeks of the program, and we give away weekly prizes. This year we hope to give away 2 prizes each week, thanks to our support from community sponsors and local businesses. We have a lot of really good prizes. We have restaurant gift cards to Bulls and Bears, 28 South, the Rhubarb House, a lot of your favorite downtown restaurants. We had Wish Kitchens made a donation of some faucets, designer faucets yesterday, and t-shirts. And then the grand prizes. I'll let Amy talk about the grand prizes.
So typically we give away a kayak, so I think we're going to head in that direction this year. And we normally do 2 fitness bikes, a men's and a women's, but when we contacted our sponsor, Mercury Endurance, I guess in a good way, the bikes are on such back order, like he can't even get a bike in until August, which I guess just, with people wanting to get outdoors last year, just a lot of folks took up cycling. So anyway, they're going to donate 2 $400 gift cards for when the bikes come back in stock that you can go purchase a bicycle through Mercury Endurance. And we're looking for ideas on other grand prizes. So we'd love to hear from the community and outside the community about what would get you to register for the 100-miler. Because like Emily said, every week we draw weekly prizes, and then there's some pretty cool grand prizes at the end. So your entry into the 100-miler, I hate to say it this way, it's almost like you're buying a raffle ticket into some really cool prizes. So I think it's worth looking at, seeing what we're going to be giving away at the end of the season.
Yeah.
There's
Good.
also a massage.
Sign me
I
up.
hope I win that one.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's surprising because a little while back I was looking at kayaks. Those are
Okay.
back ordered.
That's what
Yeah.
I got to check that out before. I mean, it
Yeah.
might just be another gift card scenario where you can buy it once it's in stock. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a good problem to have, obviously.
Sure.
People are trying to stay active. So
Yeah. And of course, staying, in a routine of exercise, especially if you're just starting out, can be hard. So, you all provide a lot of motivation for people. Can you tell us a little bit about that? What tools do you have to keep people motivated?
So we really we rely on our instructors that we work with to give us content to share in a weekly newsletter. How do they stay active? What tips do they have to keep people eating healthy, to keep, your mind in tune of how to, stay motivated? So we share that knowledge with our 100-milers. And like Emily said, we have a Facebook group that we continually share information. And a lot of our 100-milers share what they're doing, and it inspires others as well. So we've been really fortunate for it to be a very engaging program, especially if you're part of the Facebook group.
Yeah. It does make a difference when you show pictures of people who accomplish things, and there's
Absolutely.
a picture of them, and they're just like everybody else. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's nice to see they're having fun. Like sometimes people think of exercise like, oh, I gotta go do my, maybe you don't have to dread it as much when you see other people, maybe something that they're doing to make it more enjoyable versus a chore or just something that you don't enjoy. I mean, anything's hard when you're starting out, but I think once you get into that momentum, I think the 100-miler with that repetition, you start looking forward to or start feeling better once you accomplish that daily mile. I think that's a big part of it too.
And I also like to, for me, part of the motivation is having new experiences. So yeah, you're doing a mile every day, but you could do something different to get that mile every day. And sometimes, like looking at the Facebook group, I'll be like, oh, I wonder where that girl went for her jog. That's beautiful. And it might get people an opportunity to go out and explore new places or recreational activities like For example, walking the Sino Canal towpath or learning about our kayak ramp at Kiwanis Park that people can come, swimming at the Potterfield pool, things like that.
Yeah, excellent. I mean, personally, I can't think of an easier way to exercise with this program. It's very motivational. So again, when does this program start this year?
So it starts Friday, January 15th. We usually like to give about 2 weeks after the start of the new year for folks to get motivated to sign up. So that's day one, but we do keep registration open until the end of the month. So if you miss the 15th kickoff, you can still sign up. You would just have to kind of make up those miles along the way. But I think, like I said, once you get started and motivated, it's easy to kind of maybe challenge yourself to go beyond the daily mile.
Yeah, absolutely. So if a person is interested in signing up, how do they do that?
You can go to our website. It's www.hagerstownmd.org/hubcity100. And that'll take you to the website for the program. You can click the links to enroll there. You can add add-ons like a bandana or a t-shirt. You can see all of our awesome prizes. And if you do decide you want to take it up a notch, do 100 miles more or the 200 miler, you can sign up for the medal. We've had a different medal each year.
Nice.
And that basically indicates that you're doubling up the challenge and taking it to the next level.
Yeah.
Awesome. Who doesn't like shiny?
Right?
A little bling.
A little
that's
bling.
right.
This year it will be bronze. So this is the third year we've offered the medal option to do 200 miles. So the first year it was gold, last year it was silver, and this year it'll be bronze. But it'll be shiny and something to be proud of if you challenge yourself to take it up a notch.
Awesome. All right. So we have these daily goals, 100 miles or more.
Yep.
Can you maybe share with people some easy ways to keep track of those miles?
Okay. So the easiest way is the old paper and pencil. We have a link on our website that you can print off a daily miles tracking form. So you would just either check off that you did your daily mile, or you can write in if you did more than a mile. We also have a program called Challenge Runner. So I have a Fitbit. I link my Fitbit to the Challenge Runner, and it automatically updates my daily activity, my steps. You can kind of program it to how you want it to read, but it'll just automatically upload your miles for you. And it's basically honor system, so you're kind of in charge of tracking your own success. We don't ask for a copy of your miles tracking form unless you win a prize. So if you win a prize, we want to say, hey, are you doing your daily miles? It's kind of an incentive to keep going. But we do like to collect the forms at the end of the program via email, mail it in, drop it off, just to kind of see the progress of the journey for you.
Okay.
So some people want to track their miles and really just stay focused on their own goals and their own achievement. And you can do that with the paper tracking form. It's just one sheet with 100 boxes, one for each day, like Amy said, and you can track it how you like that works for you. Or if you'd like to do the Challenge Runner app, you have the option that you can see what other 100 milers are doing, and it kind of gives you a range of what other participants have accomplished. And some people get a little competitive with it, but it's all in good fun.
Yeah.
So you really get out of it what you put into it.
Yeah.
So there's lots of ways to track.
I think our very own Wes Decker in communications was the lead challenge runner last year, and he was getting a little flack for that. But like, who is this person that's always at number one?
Well, you get
So
flack.
humble, but he keeps it moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched that myself, and I was so far down. I mean, not that I wasn't doing anything, but put my 2 cents in.
We do learn from Challenge Runner that a lot of folks are cycling, so sometimes it can be a little bit intimidating when you see someone with a ton of miles, but they're, with the Peloton out and a lot of people spinning. And even, with the bike situation where everybody bought bikes last year,
Yeah.
you can get your miles on a lot quicker when you're riding a bike. But it's just nice to keep you motivated to see how other people are progressing. You don't want to fall behind. You want to keep up.
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned early on that it's, of course, not just for Hagerstown residents. Anybody can. Mm-hmm. But what kind of success have we had, or you had, with getting people from outside areas? Do you get people from far away, or?
Well, I think our best story, if you remember from last year, we had a family a grandmother who wanted to register her grandkids and her son and daughter for the challenge as a Christmas present. So she lived here locally, and I think a few family members, but she thought giving the gift of fitness for the new year was a fun gift for everybody to kind of challenge each other in the new year. So she was local, and I guess some of her family members were as far out as California. So she registered all of them for the 100-miler, and they kept in touch and I guess had a lot of fun, talking on the phone and FaceTiming. Did you get your daily mile in today? So they followed the 100-miler from California. And we do have folks that do that with other family members to stay motivated.
Awesome.
So, the program was started for the Hagerstown community, but it just kind of like built itself where folks are like, oh, that's an easy program for me to do. And, they just adopted it as their yearly program.
And it's a good way to stay connected. Like, same with that family as a lot of us are going through now. Even if you can't physically be with your loved ones as much as usual, you can still stay connected somehow. And it's really cool to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, good thoughts. Yeah, I think programs like this, in addition to the benefits physically, has a lot of benefits, as you just mentioned. So probably what people are wondering as well is, I've won a prize. Now, how do I claim my prize?
Well, I guess if you're in California, it's going to be hard for us to get that kayak to you, but we'll figure. So usually, we're hoping that we can have a finale celebration in some capacity. So we would notify the winners ahead of time that if you were like, hey, you probably want to come to the finale because you won something. So we try to incentivize the winners to come. But we'll figure it out. We'll get the prize to you if it's something you could pick up in person or we can get delivered to you. So we usually work it out.
When it comes to the weekly prizes, we notify everyone of the prize winner on our Thursday newsletter. And so that prize winner can just let us know. Our office right now is by appointment only for safety with COVID, so we can keep everything clean and exercise safety. But if they let us know we're coming, we will have the prize ready for you, and you just show us your miles. And it's like Amy said, it's on the honor system. There's no penalty if you might be a mile or two behind for that day. And then enjoy your prize.
And we've actually had people win and they're like, oh, we can't pick it up. We haven't been doing it. And we're like, that's all right. Every day's a new day. Start today and we're going to give it to you. And we're hopeful that you're going to get moving. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. All great information. Anything else you all want to add?
I guess I'd like to add, as I mentioned in the beginning, we have had a great response of companies that want to sponsor their employees for this program. So if there are other companies in the area that have a wellness committee or a wellness program run through their, say, HR department, and they're looking for a program, but they don't necessarily want to do the work or they'd like someone to do the work for them, they can adopt this program as their wellness initiative in the new year, and we can handle all the registration. We can handle all the communication for them so they can adopt the 100-miler as their wellness initiative for the new year.
Yes, it's a great opportunity for a corporation or organization to invest in their greatest asset, which is their people, and to encourage them to take best care of themselves and just put the right foot forward for the new year. And then also, if there's any businesses out there who I think they have a good prize that they would like to donate and would like to be featured on our website, we're still collecting prize donations. So just reach out to us at Hagerstown Parks and Recreation, and we'd be happy to work with you.
Awesome. Great information.
Yeah. And I know it's a mindset. Like, you really have to be ready to put yourself into a program. Sometimes you're just kind of feeling like, I got to get myself motivated. What can I do? And I just really feel like the 100-miler is just like a really easy step for you to just, get yourself moving, because it's not something that's just so much at once. It's something that you just do every day, and hopefully your daily mile is like something you just plan for your day, like taking a shower. Like, I got to get my mile in today. It's just something that becomes a part of your daily life, and that's probably what we all should be doing, really. You move, you feel better.
Yeah.
What did we say, Emily? Yesterday we were meeting with another group of friends who are in the fitness world, and one of the instructors said to me once, which always stuck with me, was you never know how, and I always get this backwards, you never know how bad you feel until you know how good you can feel. So once you get into that, momentum of moving and your body start physically feeling better, like you realize maybe those aches and pains I used to have is because I'm not, moving enough, or I'm not taking care of myself enough. So that always stuck with me.
Yeah.
I think I said that right.
Yes.
Yeah, we got it though.
Yeah.
And, your body is resilient. It's going to get stronger if you just train it with a few healthy habits, one good choice, healthy choice a day. It adds up over time. And, your brain and your body are wired that when you do move your body, your brain releases endorphins and it makes you feel good.
Yeah.
So do something for yourself that you're hardwired to make yourself feel good and be on the best foot moving forward.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing we didn't mention so far is just the prices for enrollment. Obviously, if you're corporate sponsored, it's free to the staff, and then the business will sponsor your enrollment. $10 is the basic enrollment level, which is a great value for a 100-day program. 14 weeks of a program for $10. That enters you for your chance to win. If you'd like to add on a short sleeve t-shirt, it's $10 more. And then we have our long sleeve t-shirt option, which is $15 more, so that's the $25 enrollment level. And then we do have a lot of dog lovers in our community here in Hagerstown. So we have a special enrollment link that you can sign up with your dog. You can get the t-shirt, your dog gets the matching bandana, and take those 100-milers to the streets, and we have special prizes for the dog participants as well.
Awesome. Another incentive.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Emily and Amy, thank you so much for allowing us to be able to chat with you today. And your enthusiasm is contagious. You all do a fine job with the program, and I think I'm motivated.
Okay, good.
Thank you, Sean.
Yeah, absolutely. I did it last year, of course. And like you said, it wasn't really much more out of my regular routine. It was just I was tracking it as opposed to not before. It's things you normally do daily anyway.
Exactly.
So, yeah, look forward to doing that. Again, registration is January 15th. And so get as many signed up as possible. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
We're going to check up on you.
All right. All right.
Thank you.
All right.